So we try to show the mixture of, although this is a tragedy, there is always hope. That's what we're trying to give. That's the message we're trying to deliver.
That's one of the people behind a photo exhibit in Toronto documenting life in Syria. The conflict there has dominated headlines for months, and it's not easy to get news out of that country, let alone pictures. Laura Thompson is on the story and joins us now with more. Interesting that obviously these pictures capture tragedy and hope, which is a broad swath. So what kind of pictures are we seeing?
They're really interesting, Nancy. These photographs were taken by Syrian photographers to document the crisis in Syria as they see it. The exhibit is called Lenses of Freedom, and it's meant to show the struggle for democracy and what life on the ground looks like right now. With the tragedy and destruction, organizers say there are glimmers of hope, like this cat amongst the rubble. It's meant to symbolize life. There's images of children with weapons, destroyed buildings, and a classroom in shambles, for example. Images of protests, devastation, and in some cases, death. We're told that several of these photographers risked their lives to get these photos. All of them exhibited here are anonymous. And from the organizers' point of view, this project is necessary to achieve two things: to show how the Syrian people are suffering and to expose what they call the brutality of the Syrian regime.
Yeah, and you have to think huge logistical challenges here, because we just know how closed Syria is to any kind of media exposure. So how were these photographers even able to take the pictures?
It's a good question. Most of these photos were actually captured on cell phones because they're small, you can hide them, and these photographers might not actually even have access to professional equipment in the first place. But if they were caught with a regular camera, they would maybe face jailing or worse. Documenting scenes in Syria is a high-risk situation. But to organizers of this exhibit, a group of activists who oppose the Syrian regime, it's critical to shine a light on what they see happening in that country, and they want to get that information out. We spoke to one of the curators of this show, and here's what he had to say.
It gives an image of what's happening inside. Most of the information Canadians get here are about civil war, people killing each other. They're just let them kill each other. Nothing's going to happen. So the image that's reaching the people here is, in my opinion, very wrong.
He says that people carry guns in Syria because of the brutality of the regime, and that the ultimate message here is that there's hope.
Sounds like a really compelling exhibit. Very interesting. Thanks, Laura.
You're welcome.